Section 23. The Commissioner's Rules in Everyday Business. Small mistakes that become big violations. The Commissioner's Rules in Everyday Business. Small mistakes that become big violations. Ashley had been in the business long enough to feel comfortable with contracts, negotiations, and closings. During a broker roundtable one afternoon, she looked across the conference table at Michael. "I've noticed something." Michael smiled. "What's that?" "The agents who get into trouble usually aren't trying to commit fraud. They're just making little mistakes." Michael nodded. "Exactly. And that's why the Commissioner's rules exist." David leaned forward. "Most disciplinary cases don't begin with someone intentionally breaking the law. They begin with shortcuts, missed deadlines, poor communication, outdated advertising, and assumptions." Michael picked up a copy of the Arizona Administrative Code. The Commissioner's rules, found in AAC Title IV, Chapter 28, establish the professional standards every Arizona licensee is expected to follow. They aren't simply rules for brokers. They apply to every salesperson, associate broker, designated broker, instructor, and real estate school operating in Arizona. Ashley looked through the table of contents. "There are a lot of rules." "There are," Michael replied, "but they all have one common purpose: protecting the public." He explained that the Commissioner's rules govern nearly every aspect of a licensee's daily business, including licensing, education, advertising, document handling, broker supervision, professional conduct, trust accounts, and transaction management. While many of these topics are also addressed in Arizona statutes, the administrative rules provide the practical standards that ADRE investigators frequently reference during audits and disciplinary investigations. David smiled. "The interesting part is that many violations aren't intentional. They happen because someone assumed." Ashley laughed. "That sounds familiar." Michael continued. "Let's talk about continuing education." He explained that Arizona licensees must complete the required continuing education during each renewal cycle and ensure the education is completed within the correct licensing period. Waiting until the last minute creates unnecessary stress and often results in agents discovering they are missing required categories, failed to complete mandatory coursework, or misunderstood renewal deadlines. Ashley nodded. "I've definitely seen agents scrambling the week before renewal." "So have I," Michael replied, "but education isn't just about keeping your license active. It's about staying competent." He reminded the class that Arizona real estate law, forms, technology, disclosure requirements, fair housing guidance, cybersecurity risks, and industry practices continue to evolve. Continuing education exists to help licensees remain current and better protect consumers, not simply satisfy a renewal requirement. David smiled. "The best agents don't take classes because they have to. They take them because they know the market keeps changing." Michael then changed the subject. "Now let's talk about advertising." Ashley laughed. "I knew that was coming." Michael explained that many advertising complaints begin with something as simple as failing to update an online listing after it has sold, forgetting to identify the employing broker where required, advertising another brokerage's listing improperly, or publishing outdated information that creates a misleading impression. Arizona's advertising rules require licensees to present accurate, truthful, and current information to the public. Ashley looked thoughtful. "So even failing to update a website can become a problem." "It can," Michael replied, "if consumers are relying on inaccurate information." He emphasized that today's advertising extends far beyond traditional flyers and newspaper ads. Social media platforms, YouTube videos, Instagram posts, Facebook Marketplace, LinkedIn, IDX websites, AI-generated content, email campaigns, blogs, digital newsletters, and text message marketing all represent forms of advertising that should comply with Arizona law and brokerage policy. David smiled. "I always ask one question before publishing anything." Ashley looked at him. "What?" "If an ADRE investigator saw this tomorrow, would I still be comfortable leaving it online?" Michael laughed. "That's a great habit." He continued by discussing IDX advertising. Many Arizona brokerages display listings from the multiple listing service through IDX websites. While this provides consumers with valuable property information, licensees must follow both MLS rules and Arizona advertising requirements. If another brokerage's listing is displayed, the listing brokerage should be properly identified as required by MLS participation rules and applicable advertising standards. Whenever questions arise, licensees should follow their MLS policies and consult their designated broker. Ashley nodded. "So technology changes, but professionalism doesn't." "Exactly," Michael smiled. "The Commissioner's rules don't expect perfection. They expect responsibility. They expect honesty. They expect supervision. And they expect licensees to protect the public." Ashley looked around the room. "I've noticed something throughout this course." Michael smiled. "What?" "Almost every rule comes back to protecting consumers." Michael nodded. "That's because every investigation eventually asks the same question. Did the licensee act in a way that protected the public? He closed the administrative code. If the answer is yes, you're usually headed in the right direction. All right. Real-world Arizona example. An experienced Arizona salesperson maintained a personal real estate website that automatically displayed active MLS listings. After several of the properties sold, the website continued displaying them as available because the listing feed had stopped updating correctly. Although the agent had updated the MLS promptly, the website remained inaccurate for several weeks. A consumer filed a complaint after attempting to schedule a showing. While the investigation determined the error resulted from a technology issue rather than intentional misconduct, the brokerage implemented additional procedures requiring routine reviews of all online advertising to ensure information remained accurate. Broker tip. Technology makes marketing easier, but it does not remove your responsibility for accuracy. Review your website, social media pages, IDX searches, AI-generated marketing, and online profiles regularly. If something is outdated, misleading, or inaccurate, correct it immediately. Good risk management includes auditing your own marketing before someone else does. Online discussion question 1. Why do many commissioners' rule violations begin with small mistakes instead of intentional misconduct? Many violations result from assumptions, poor communication, outdated advertising, missed deadlines, or failure to review procedures rather than intentional wrongdoing. Consistent attention to detail helps prevent these issues. Question 2. Why is continuing education important beyond simply renewing a license? Model answer. Continuing education helps licensees stay informed about changes in laws, technology, contracts, disclosure requirements, and industry best practices, allowing them to better protect consumers. Question 3. How has technology increased a licensee's responsibility for advertising compliance? Model answer. Licensees now advertise through websites, social media, AI-generated content, digital marketing, and IDX platforms. These tools expand marketing opportunities, but also require ongoing monitoring to ensure all published information remains accurate and compliant.